その輝きは一条の幻想、たっとき奇跡、命の炎にして、かつての祈り、未来を切り開く者はその瞳に。フェイトグランドオーダー好評配信中。
Hello everyone and welcome back to Fate Grand Order. Though before we start, because this is the part where we are actually starting part 2, I have been recommended by a number of people to watch the part 2 preview. So, I've been playing in an emulator this whole time, I can't believe it. No, because I'll be watching this here, giving my reactions to it as much as I can. This is the official English Aniplex upload, so I think there will be built-in subtitles, which will be nice. Full disclosure, I have already watched Lost Room, and that commentary will be going up. I don't know if I've decided before or after, but sometime. And, well, let's hope this provides more answers than that does. Someone is seemingly following Solomon there, or Goetia. All living things, complete histories replete with the winners and losers, okay. Oh, there's too much text! Proper human history. Okay. The incorrect choices and incorrect prosperities are history's losers. Dead-end human histories that were deemed discarded from parallel world theory. Okay. Okay. Bad histories are called Lostbelts. Got it. Okay, that's where we're going first. I know that's the I got art done for that for Anastasia. But I guess so these are all wrong histories. Oh, are those giant humans? Are we going Nausicaa? Lostbelt depth. The crimson beauty under the moon. We don't know where that is. 210 BC. The final dark god? That's the one people say is difficult. So I'm not looking forward to that one. Oh, they're just telling them all? The day to bring down gods. 1200 BC, 12,000 BC. The moment a planet is born. Round table domain. Round table! Oh my god, are we gonna get more round table stuff? Sea of trees. Oh my god, this is going wild. Yeah, this is Solomon. I can tell by the laughs. After the incineration for humanity, an unprecedented quest for the Holy Grail begins. Okay. Well, I finally understand the meaning of that. Because I remember seeing the name. Well, I saw Epic of Remnant. Like, what does Epic of Remnant mean? Oh? Whose voice is that? I don't know. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Alright. Okay. Okay. Good recommendations there. Okay, well. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, cool. I got the audio glitch. Time for me to fix this one more time because I know how to do it quickly. This keeps happening. That's the one problem with this emulator is that sometimes the audio just says, nah, today I'm not gonna play. There we go. All right. So, as I explained in the Christmas part, I'm not actually, so I'm gonna literally, because I have enough time differential, I'll keep uploading the Christmas stuff, but during the Christmas stuff, I will be starting this. Will that make sense to you? Maybe not. Okay, let's start with the prologue. Prologue, December 26th, 2019. I was gonna say that's like a year ago. No, it's almost 2 years ago. Prologue, December 26th, 2019. Now let's learn what's going on here. December 26th, 2019. Tanner has completed his mission. He repaired every singularity, saving mankind from a dire existential threat. Agartha? And Salem? No. Those didn't happen. The ray shift system, which let him fight the destruction of proper human history, has been placed on lockdown as of this moment. The servants summoned to Chaldea have been released from their contracts, their tasks. I sure hope not, considering how much I paid for some of them. You know what I'm saying? Save for Chaldea's acting director, Leonardo da Vinci, every Chaldean servant is gone, banished from the face of the earth. That's a problem. Morning, Dio. Foo-foo! Oh, morning, Foo. Christmas is over. Yes, it is. Well, almost. Foo-foo! Pardon the intrusion, Master Tanner. Oh, you're already awake. Master Tanner? You never call me that. You always call me Senpai. There you go. Good morning, Senpai. You must have been exhausted after all that Christmas cleanup. I'm glad acting director Da Vinci gave everyone today off, after we all went a little wild last night. It's hard to believe it's been a whole year since we completed the Grand Order and prevented the incineration of humanity. Yesterday may have been our last opportunity to eat with the staff we've come to know so well. But we shouldn't be too sad about that. They all have great jobs waiting for them at their next employers. And Fu's just like, oh, you have no idea what it's like at the clock tower, do you? I was also told you'll first be going back to your family's home, Senpai. Oh! Do you, know what you'll be doing after that? What about you, Mash? What will you be doing? I'm going to stay at Chaldea for just a little while longer after everyone else leaves. All of our medical data may be safely backed up, but we still have to finish dismantling Chaldea's summoning system, so... Foo! Foo! There he goes, skitters off. Foo? What was that all about? He just ran down the hallway all of a sudden. I'd better go look for him to make sure he doesn't interfere with everyone else packing. Please, you just relax, Senpai. I'll see you again tonight at the farewell party. This is kind of sad. It's a good thing I know that it's not the end. I guess I'll be saying goodbye to this room soon. Maybe I'll stop by the command room. Just to... Hopping in the coffin. This coffin was made for me. It's my coffin. Oh my god, you have designs. Amazing. You're not background NPCs that are literally unseen. Did you hear the news? They say the inspectors for the inquiry board are already at the foot of the mountain. Apparently, they'll be coming up here by helicopter once this blizzard dies down. Soon we'll have a new director appointed by the Mage Association along with 50 other flunkies. Saying it's an investigation sanctioned by the UN sounds nice, but let's not kid ourselves about what this is. It's just a hostile takeover. All this time, the higher-ups at the association have written off Chaldea as just another observatory. But the moment they see its value, they swoop in to milk it for all it's worth, suckling at the teat of Da Vinci. Sorry. Maybe it's weird for me to be upset about this, but I feel sorry for Olga Marie. She never wanted to have things turn out this way. Well, that's a surprise. You couldn't stand her back when she was alive. I mean, sure, I remember how she used to yell about anything and everything, plus she was, well, incompetent, messed up all the time. But still, when I think back on it, I can't help but be impressed about how well she did despite all that. Honestly, we should have just been more considerate of her circumstances. If she was the daughter of a lord family, she was just a girl fresh out of school who'd recently lost her father. I guess, but you just have to set that sort of thing aside when you take a position of power, right? As the heir to the Animosphere, she should have had this stuff completely covered, no matter what her age or how recent her dad's death was. To be brutally honest, she should have never taken over as director in the first place, but she clung on to the authority it gave her anyway, and look where that got us. Chaldea was nearly obliterated, and we had to beg the Mages Association for help to rebuild it. So it sucks, but if we want Chaldea to keep going, we have to let this new director take over. And if Olga Marie was still here, you can bet she'd be the first in line to hand off the responsibility. Seeing as the alternative is having it shut down for good. Hey! Don't mind me, savior of the world is walking here. Oh, hey there, Candidate Tanner, taking over. Candidate? Call me by my title. I am Master Tanner, thank you. I saved the world. Taking a walk around Chaldea? Enjoy it while you can. This is probably your last chance for a peaceful walk and fond memories here. Once the investigation gets going, there'll be scary security guards walking through like they own the place. You know, maybe I should take a page from your book and go for a walk myself. This might be the last chance I'll get to go wherever I want without a security pass. You're staying here, Dustin? Oh, just he has a name, which means he's gonna die. Alright, you were just an ordinary engineer, weren't you? Well, excuse me for being ordinary. That's why I hate talking with you upstart mage jerks. An ordinary engineer? Sure, not everyone who works for Chaldea is a mage. I used to study cosmic rays as a run-of-the-mill physicist before I came here. It was the last director, Marisbury, who offered me a job here. At the time, I was struggling just to get by. I'm guessing he wanted me for my experience with particle accelerators. At first I thought he was full of shit. But eventually, his earnestness and passion won me over. Before I knew it, I found myself here in the middle of nowhere. That was 15 years ago. As far as I'm concerned, this place is my home now. Is that so? I'm heading to London myself. One of the Clock Tower factions liked what they saw and made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Oh, they were going to try and kill you otherwise. That sounds about right for mages. But hey, if they start talking about making a new Chaldeus there, maybe I'll give you a call. We're not kids anymore, right? Nothing wrong with selling your hard-earned expertise to the highest bidder in this day and age. It's just like you, Sylvia. You always were a real piece of work, but I appreciate your consideration. At least as close as you can get. While you're here, Candidate Tanner, on second thought, let me just call you Tanner. Yeah, that's fine by me. Don't call me Candidate. Master or Tanner? Those are fine. The inspector's gonna have some questions for you, seeing as one of your master candidates. And the Mage Association people are about 10 times more calculating and devious than Sylvia here. I don't think you'll be in any danger as long as Da Vinci's around, but watch out all the same. No matter how horrible they are to you, you can't lose your temper with them. Like they say, the only way to win is to not play. Just smile and nod and try not to let them get to you. Don't worry, just play the goody two-shoes act and they'll run out of nits to pick soon enough. You'll be out of there in no time. I agree with that. Besides, you didn't do anything wrong, Tanner. If push comes to shove, we'll vouch for that ourselves. Given the circumstances, you took the best course of action possible and did everything you could. We can all attest to that, so don't be afraid to hold your head high and tell them, yeah, I'm Tanner, Master Chaldea and Savior of Humanity. What do you want? Hell yeah, I am! Smash cut to us getting grilled. Well, hey, if it isn't Tanner, how come you're not with MASH? This year's only got a few days left in it, you know? If I were you, I want to make sure I'd had as many happy memories as possible with her before I left. I just wanted to say my last goodbye to you. Now put on your glasses! Well, thanks for that. Too bad about the whole last part, though. But never mind that. I still have to finish writing this report. Got some last-minute things I need to take care of before tomorrow, you see. Anyway, you've got questions, right? Mind if I keep writing while I answer you? Yeah, sure, that's fine. Great. No need to bother telling me what they are. Da Vinci knows what's up. The new director who'll be here soon, the pending investigation, what's going to happen to Chaldea. So how about we review everything that's happened so far? In the year 2017, Chaldea detected an abnormality in Chaldeus, a simulation of the world as it'll be 100 years in the future. The light of civilization had gone missing from Chaldeus, which meant it had observed the end of humanity. We hypothesized that the source of this abnormality lay in 2004 in the Japanese town of Fuyuki. We decided to send Team A, of which MASH was a member, there on an experimental ray shift. Unfortunately, the entire team was incapacitated in an act of sabotage, as the other masters were on standby. That's Chaldea's 47-member masters down in one stroke. But then there was you, Tanner, the 48th master. You were just a commoner selected to fill a quota, but you ray-shifted successfully. We were literally a diversity hire. And so, as humanity's last master, the mission of protecting mankind's extermination fell to you. That began the Grand Order, our mission to restore humanity. Chaldea went on to fix 7 singularities before finding the final singularity. There, they defeated the King of Mages, the one behind the incineration of humanity, and succeeded at repairing the foundations of human history. There was some other stuff, but it's not very important. That's right, you are the one who officially completed that order, and who took back the world for mankind, the very world you're standing on right now. But your incredible legendary adventure has come to an end, and it's time to return to reality. Frankly, it's time to pass the torch. We've lost 80% of our staff, and we simply can't continue operating as matters stand. So we're getting an influx of new staff from the outside. The formalities were finished about a month ago, and they just finished choosing the new staff last week. Which means they've now been discussing what to do about us for almost a year. The staff is practically knocking on our doorstep as we speak. In a few days, Chaldea will officially be under new management. New Chaldea, huh? That's right. We'll have a new director chosen by the Mages Association itself, along with the staff he personally trained. The new director is Gordolf Music. He's the heir to a fairly well-known family in the Magecraft world. I'm told he spent pretty much everything he had to snag Chaldea and all its benefits. He probably did that as a show of power to let everyone know that Chaldea is now exclusively under Music family control. The proceedings are already underway, and it looks like most of our staff are being let go. But that's not the problem. You'll still be you even if they kick you out of Chaldea for good. The problem is the UN inspectors who will be coming along with them. Grand order or not, there's no denying Chaldea broke a whole mess of regulations. Changing personnel without clearing it with the Mage Association, disclosing highly classified information to low-level personnel, overusing servant summons which are supposed to be limited up to 7 servants, conducting race shifts without UN authorization. As far as they're concerned, these are all major crimes. Even though we were fighting to protect humanity. Exactly, not a single one of us did anything for our own personal benefit. Well, I don't know about that. Couldn't even if we wanted to. In fact, seeing as we were the only humans left in the entire world. But unfortunately, that meant less than nothing to them. Sure, they could see what we were fighting against in the data. The year-long global blank. The traces of the singularities left behind on Sheba. Unbelievable as the incineration of humanity might be, the Association had to admit that it really did happen. So, I kind of like this, because this is sort of like, you know, in the Avengers movies, where it's like, there's like the years where people were gone, but like, this is addressing the thing of like, what if you committed crimes to stop that? And because the United Nations and bureaucracies are so bureaucratic, it's like, yeah, you're still going to get in trouble and be fined even though you saved the world. But for them, the data is just that, data. All they had to say in response was, so what? As far as they're concerned, the world ended while they were sleeping, and by the time they woke up, it was all back to normal. The only thing they can see is the scores of the dead, the valuable master candidates who were injured, and the litany of rules Chaldea broke while this was going on. So this investigation is taking place to determine if these acts were deliberate. In the eyes of the Association, the staff of Chaldea is nothing more than a band of criminals. Of course, that's why I'm writing all these reports, to prove that this is all just a big misunderstanding. Since data is all they've got to work with, data is how we're going to cover our asses. Once I prove that everything Chaldea did was in order to preserve humanity, not to betray it, my work here will be finally done. And the weight of everything he stuck me with will finally be off my shoulders, including you, Tanner. So what is this paperwork you're going to file? Mostly our servant usage records and about our servants' current conditions. I know you don't think of them that way, but servants are extremely powerful weapons, you know? As far as the people outside are concerned, this is of critical importance since it has to do with their own safety. Oh, and there's one more serious issue you should be aware of, especially since it concerns you directly. The blast in the command room left all 47 of those masters with horrific injuries. With them all near death, we cryogenically froze them in their coffins. We've been slowly thawing them out one by one over the past year. Now only the 7 Team A masters whose coffins were still activated when the blast went off, again the entire team save for MASH, remain in cryo storage. It's a good bit harder to thaw them and revive them, you see, so we kept putting it off until they were in perfect condition. But once this investigation gets underway, we should finally be able to revive them thanks to new staff who specialize in healing spells. And I'm guessing that once that happens, some of these Team A masters are going to take over as the new masters of Chaldea. The new director has been saying he won't need you anymore and that you'll be relieved of your position within the year. Because he's already got his eye on other masters he trusts from distinguished mage families. Anyway, I know this is all a lot to deal with, but don't you worry, I'll take care of everything. I haven't spent the last 6 months preparing for this day for nothing. I believe you mean we, Leonardo da Vinci. After all, I am the one who did most of the work, investigating the association's movements, anonymizing their spirit origin graph, and dismissing the servants. Not that it was especially onerous for me, of course. Holmes! Yes, precisely the sort of reaction I was hoping for. And that makes all the time I spent hiding in the shadows worthwhile. Why do you have to let someone, even him, know you were here, Holmes? Sorry about that, Tanner. The fact that Holmes is here is the toppest of top secrets. I have not so much as included his name in any of my reports to the Association. As far as I know, Sherlock Holmes was never among the heroic spirits summoned to Chaldea, and I mean to keep it that way. I guess you could call this a kind of insurance policy, just in case everything goes south. South? Indeed, in the event that we face an enemy we cannot see, we will need an ally the enemy cannot see in turn, hence our extreme caution. That's really smart. Of course, I am no fighter. Should things turn violent, I won't hesitate to retreat to the workshop. So you're not a fighter, but I've seen you fight. Baritsu is strictly for self-defense. If armed assailants were attacked, I would only be able to protect myself. Whoa, easy there. Things may get heated, but they're not going to turn violent. The main reason I had Holmes stay behind was to help with something I've been working on. You see, Holmes is an even more skilled scientist and mage than his stories let on. So I figured he would be the perfect choice to help me with a little something I've been building. That is a boombox. Look at this, just an ordinary briefcase, right? But its contents are more valuable than all the treasures in this world combined. We still haven't finished moving everything around, so I can't take it out just yet, but we should be done in another 5 days. If my calculations are correct, and they always are, it'll be done before we have to leave Chaldea, so I'll tell you what it is then. I most heartily concur. Now then, I think I shall return to the workshop. And don't worry, if a time should come when you are imprisoned, that is when I shall reveal my most secret technique. Secret technique? Oh, come on, he was obviously talking about lockpicking. Any decent detective is an expert with lockpicks. Sure, lockpicking. Okay, section 2. There's still more. Still the same date. Section 2. Wonder if that will disappear off the main menu after. December 27th. Well, mission title was wrong then. The blizzard has come and gone. Now all that remains is clear blue sky. Before long, the pale blue is marked by the single black dot of an approaching helicopter. The helicopter brings important passengers, and the harsh reality that the end is close at hand. "44 visitors cleared and registered. All entrants are permitted to enter Chaldea by special exemption granted by the Association Board of Safety. Opening front gate. Welcome, Gordolf Music. Welcome, UN inspectors. On behalf of Chaldea, we thank you for coming." So this is it, huh? I wonder what this new director the Mage Association chose is like. Gordolf Music. Male, 28 years old. Heir to a wealthy family of alchemists. So, I'm just going to hold off for a second. Don't worry. At the Clock Tower, where the Mage Association is headquartered, he's considered to be, well, about average. Much as the Musics can boast a long familial history, within the world of magecraft they have essentially accomplished nothing. The only thing that sets them apart from their other mages is the extra bit of wealth they've accumulated by virtue of existing longer. Gordolf's basically just a rich brat from a well-off family. The question is, why did someone like that end up as Chaldea's new director? I can't be certain until we meet him ourselves, but if I were to guess...
Oh ho ho ho! This is great, better than great. I didn't have very high hopes for a lab out in the middle of nowhere, so you can imagine my surprise and delight to see how modern it all is. In fact, I think it might be even more advanced than the ones in London. What a bargain!
Speak of the devil, he's certainly got a boisterous voice. Just remember, Tanner, silence is golden. Trust me, this is the sort of person whose bad side you want to avoid even more than Olga Marie's. Piss him off and you'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, you must be the servant I heard about in the report.
So, I'm gonna go to Google, and in fact, guess what? I can show you here. I can go to Fate Music Family. So, if I want to check the yes, because this is the guy I'm thinking of, Gordis Music Igda Millennia. So yes, and we did see the little Babu there. So Good. Just checking. I had that hinted at. People kind of blatantly told me a couple times, but it was a case of me being like, you know, I'm gonna wait to see, but it's like, yeah, okay, so this is the guy from Apocrypha, his son. The guy who I hated, his son, and you are, I mean, you have better hair than your dad, I'll say that.
And you must be the servant I heard about in the report. You certainly do look the part. Let's see, Leonardo da Vinci, was it? Not bad at all for a replica of a well-known genius. I always did prefer a beautiful woman for a familiar.
Oh, Mama, who are you? Wait. Your Excellency, I believe that remark could be construed as sexual harassment. Hart, remember that servant is, for all intents and purposes, the acting director. Why are you drawn by Watto, Arco? I just got back from playing Extella Link, and I recognize that art style anywhere, so... I say. I don't trust you. Though it amounts to little more than running a dinky factory out in the sticks, she has managed to keep Chaldea going in lieu of a proper director over the past year. It would be in your best interest to get on her good side. Why not lead her with a compliment?
Koyanskaya. I thought I told you to whisper these sorts of things to me. Besides, I have no intention of getting chummy with a servant, no matter how beautiful she may be.
Why, thank you. You're only the last person I'd ever want to hear that from. But I'll take it as a compliment nonetheless. Welcome to the Chaldea Security Organization, Director Music. You must be tired after your long trip.
Not at all, aside from the month we lost due to waiting around for the blizzard to clear up. It was a most pleasant trip indeed. Now then, without further ado, Leonardo da Vinci, was it?
Just call me Da Vinci, or Castor, if you find that too much to remember.
Very well, Castor should be more than suffice. I'm told that you have been filling in after Director Olga Marianomosphere and Acting Director Romani Archiman suffered some, unfortunate accidents that led them being unable to perform their duties. Their hard work is appreciated, but no longer required. As of now, I am assuming sole command of Chaldea. What's more...
Oh, y'all got guns!
Much as I hate to do so, I will be taking all of you into custody immediately.
Easy there, Mash Tanner. Just play it nice and cool. My, what an unpleasant surprise. Custody, you say? Did I hear you right? I'm afraid you have no grounds to do so, not until this investigation is over, at least. Have the powers that be already ruled that Chaldea is no more than a criminal cartel, and have you simply neglected to inform us? Because I'm quite sure that if that were the case, you would have come with more in the way of soldiers. We are the mysterious organization that saved the whole world, after all. If there was a warrant out for our arrest, you would have come with a small army at the very least. But you only brought a paltry 40 soldiers. Doesn't seem fit to the task, does it? So, isn't this something the Maids Association decided, but a call you decided on your own? Isn't something, yeah. Why don't we get the association on the phone and see what they have to say about this? Or would you prefer I didn't do that?
Oh. What's the meaning of this, Koyansky? The servant is too smart for her own good. Didn't you tell me that the only people left at Chaldea were a bunch of engineers, a master who was still wet behind the ears? I thought there wasn't supposed to be anyone here who would disobey me.
Yes, Your Excellency, that was my understanding when I introduced this property to you. But my report must have been in error. Sorry about that. Oh. I'm afraid that servant is a reprehensible villain who doesn't know her place and thinks she doesn't have to listen to those of us with the Mages Association.
Wait a moment, Koyansky. Wouldn't a familiar who doesn't obey a mage be somewhat, dangerous?
Come now, Your Excellency, that won't do. You need to be aggressive. Show these people who's boss. Don't worry, we at NFF Services specialize in just these sorts of unlikely situations. NFF? Nintendo Force. Yeah. Even if worse comes to worse, we won't let them lay a finger on you. Of course, that is a special additional service, so it won't come cheap, Hart.
What's this? Don't tell me you're trying to shake me down yet again, Koyanskaya.
I called her Koyansky before, I'm sorry. Your Excellency.
Yes, I know. Don't worry, I'm a man of action when I need to be. You've got quite a mouth on you, don't you, Leonardo? Just to be clear, this is far from the only personnel I brought with me from the association. Our helicopter will be back and forth ferrying many personnel over here who are still on the boat. All told, there'll be 120 security guards who have yet to arrive. It would be all too easy to take over Chaldea with force, and I assure you, that is a decision the Maids Association would back wholeheartedly. We would be well within our rights to consider the entire current staff criminals, and to haul them off and lock them up while we still investigate Chaldea. Having said that, I would prefer to avoid violence should that be possible. Most of you will be fired regardless, but I prefer we part on amicable terms. As such, I will have 4 of you kept in a single room. You will wait there until the inquiry board summons you for your individual hearings. During that time, we'll proceed with our inquiry into Chaldea's activities, where we begin to transition over to new staff. How does that sound? I believe this is the most peaceful option on the table. I dare say you wouldn't get such a generous offer from another member of a wealthy mage families, like those blinded by their pride and brand ranks.
Okay, so cause, pride, brand. Someone pointed out, hey, Mages Association ranks. Someone pointed out that there's ranks to them. So they are, so frame, count, cause, which is us, fess for festival, pride, law, brand, which is color, and grand, which is crown. Well, he says bride, so pride is like 3 and brand is 2. Okay. Okay, I'm not looking at as many of those that I don't have to for the people who have those titles. I went to the wiki and avoided those names.
They may think of those like you with no talent for magecraft as little more than slaves, but not me. And above all, I'd like to spare myself the tedium of torturing you for every little piece of information. I prefer to let Koyanskaya handle all that. You should be grateful I'm such a gentleman. Do as you say and you'll be released soon enough.
I see. The Mage Association certainly sent us quite a piece of work, didn't they? Thank you for that breathtaking display of chivalry, Director Music. Now, may I ask you something? I'd like to know why you brought up the rights to Chaldea. Surely a little research lab out in the middle of nowhere can't have much of interest. I don't trust that lady. I don't trust any secretaries in anime.
Not of much interest? I'll be the judge of that. True, Chaldea doesn't enjoy the best reputation at the clock tower. I can't count how many times I've heard them say things like, their magecraft theories are nonsense, and they're just a bunch of incompetent frauds, or they're a disgrace to the 12 lords. To hear them talking, they were discussing a problem child they wish had never been born. But not me. I believe there's tremendous value to be found here. Chaldea shows promise. Or at least it will once I'm instated as director. At any rate, when I learned that Chaldea was being broken up into 7 parts and auctioned off, I made my decision and took action. I used the entirety of the music family fortune to buy all of Chaldea's assets and prevent its dismantling. You see, the clock tower people were desperate to get their hands on technology they could bring back to their respective departments. But I just detest them. I couldn't stand to see them get what they want. An organization needs all of its parts, just like a human body. It's barbaric to try and carve out its heart or lop off one of its arms. I wanted Chaldea in its natural, untarnished state, and now I have it. But I suppose there's an exception to every rule. The staff of an organization may be its lifeblood, but we won't be keeping them around.
There you go, Tanner. As you can see, he's hardly the most formidable opponent we've ever faced. I believe that is more than enough in the way of pleasantries, Auction Music. Who's this? You are the future of Chaldea, and they are the past. There's no need for you to reach any sort of understanding with them, nor for them to like you. More importantly, now that the church is ready to investigate, I would like to begin as soon as possible.
Oh, indeed. You make an excellent point. Father Kotomine! Oh yes, allow me to introduce you. This is...
Shut the front door. Now he's wearing blue. What do blue priest garb? What's the blue priest garb? Blue represents the symbol of the Virgin Mary, the blue vestments. Okay, right? Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. But the blue is interesting. Maybe it's just a design choice. Maybe I'm looking too far into it.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Kotomine Kirei. I'm a priest sent here to investigate on behalf of the Holy Church. I will be staying here for a few days until the investigation is concluded. It's a pleasure to meet the saviors of humanity, people of Chaldea. I may not be here long, but I hope we can help one another out during my stay. Why are you here? I am worried. I don't trust you. I can't believe Chaldea's disciplinary room is... Oh, wow, we're in jail. Not being used as a confinement cell. You said it. If I'd known we were going to end up stuck in here, I'd have loosened up the purse strings when it came to its budget. Just look at these rock-hard beds, this obsolete air conditioner, this cut-rate lighting. It may as well have been a confinement cell all along. At least we're technically allowed to leave it if we want to, but still. Yo, who's this dweeb? Yeah, at least our bathroom is separate from the dining area. I don't care for the way the new director does business, but I'm glad they didn't separate us, Mash. Me too. I'm still processing being placed in custody like this, but as long as you're here, Senpai, I don't have to be afraid. But still, acting director Da Vinci? I think I have a handle on who Mr. Gordolf is now, but those other two, Miss Koyanska and Father Kodomine, you still don't know what their deal is, right? I haven't been able to get a read on them either. I can tell they're not your everyday secretary and priest, but that's all I have to say. I can't get a read on their magecraft abilities either. All I know about Father Kodomine is that he's from the Holy Church, another organization that's long butted heads with the Mages Association. As their name suggests, the Holy Church is a mysterious organization based on a religion that has followers all around the globe. They see mystics as something that's solely under their domain and suffer neither magecraft nor heresy in the name of their lord. Their mission is more or less to bring all human knowledge under their control. They were a lot more aggressive about that back when I was alive, but nowadays they seem to be playing their cards much closer to their chest. I'm guessing that priest must be part of their combat team. Executors, not executors, but is it executors or executors? Do they execute? Like, do they execute a command, or do they execute people? I guess it's actually the same word now that I'm saying them out loud. Executors, as they call them. They're supposed to be devotees of the Blade who spread God's teachings in his absence. That's all you need to know about them. These executors are both faithful and heretical, monsters who fight mages and mystical creatures. They may not be a match for servants, but they are frighteningly powerful in a fight. True, I could tell that priest is an adept at hunting and fighting. Or at least that's what Galahad is telling me. As for Koyanskaya, we know so little about her it's almost comical. She isn't affiliated with either the Mages Association or the Holy Church. It looks like she was the one who may have convinced Gordolf to acquire Chaldea. Aside from that, she did mention NFF Services. I've heard of them before. They made headlines in Russia about 6 months ago. They're a private military company, mercenaries basically. Word has it that they're a group of specialists who never met a job they didn't like. I think they go around billing themselves as global kitschy business consultants. Russia, The Mage Association doesn't have much sway there. So how did she and Gordolf come to know one another? No, wait, there were a number of academics among the new staff. They're all from NFF Services. In which case, they must plan on reviving Team A with the new staff alone. That's insane. Don't they know just how much constant attention and adjusting the coffins need during the unthawing process? We've done it more than anyone, and it still has a huge chance of failure even for us. There's no way people who've never done it before can pull it off on their own. Yeah, pretty solid chance they'll fail, and Chaldea's 7A ranked masters will be lost for good. Of course, that may be the point. Tanner, get out here! Inspectors want to talk to you. Oh, that's terrifying for me to even say. Like, just hearing myself say those words is making me scared. Well, now, looks like they're not wasting any time getting the interrogation party started. I'm surprised they kicked things off with you, though. Wait and see what their game is. Remember, silence is golden. Try not to say anything more than is absolutely necessary. Not like I know anything, really. 'Cause I'm stupid. Punch my head and stick my tongue out.
Good. The case inspector's waiting for you in room 3. Just answer his questions honestly and you'll be released in no time. Don't even think about trying to resist.
Ugh, 6 hours. Endless questions. You look exhausted, little boy. This is your first time playing with the big boys? Then you better hurry up and learn how the game is played. As they say, experience is every— Ah! Did a little creature just no-clip into my boobs? Foo! Did you just smack Foo?
Oh, is this your cat? I'm sorry, I couldn't help but hit back.
Cute.
Whoops, clumsy me. Now I've gone and stepped on it. But what can you do? Lay down and step on me, please. This is how it goes when the weak attack the strong. Maybe once upon a time this thing was more impressive, but now it's just a puny little hairball. It's the way of the world that finds itself under the heel of a stronger animal now, don't you think? Get away from my cat, dog, rabbit thing. Oh, so wild. How brave of you to bare your fangs for your little pet. It's even cuter how they're barely more than nubs. But I can't just let it go. No, no. Not after it went after my perfect skin with its little claws. Normally I'd break a leg or two so it knows not to mess with me again, but I may be willing to let it go unharmed if you agree to chat with me for a bit. So what do you say? Care to swap secrets with little old me? You keep your word and stop kicking my animal. Cue. Alright, now, settle down, little foo. Or and I are just getting down to brass tacks, after all. Alright, now that we have an agreement, my dear Tanner, here's my first question. How much do you know about Chaldea? I'm told you were scouted in some random country and brought here directly. But no matter how you slice it, you were born into a commoner's family. I bet you didn't even know the first thing about magecraft before you came here, did you? No, don't answer. It's all over your face. I see. So you had a strong aptitude for ray shifting. I can't believe you came all this way on that alone. Do you even know where you are? They probably didn't even tell you which country Chaldea is located in, didn't know.
All I know is we're on a big mountain.
You're at the heart of one of the most secluded areas in the world, one not in the borders of any nation, an unobservable mountain that's hidden by a barrier of magecraft for 100 years. We're in Wakanda? Can you imagine? Had Chaldea actually told you where you'd be going when they recruited you, I doubt you would have ever signed up. I can practically see your protests, asking if they've lost their mind, expecting you to go so far away. Trust me, this place is as isolated as you can get. I can show you the 6 months' worth of paperwork it took to buy this place to prove it. But never mind that, it doesn't concern you anyway. The thing I'm dying to learn more about is the original 48 Masters. Of those, 9 are still here, Mash Light, the 7 Team A Masters in cryo storage, and you. The other 39 have been revived and sent home. Oh, they're all good. Nice. No doubt they went back to living their lives in peace, but the thing is, their personal information still goes for a very high price. And why wouldn't it? Now that it's been proven that ray shifting is possible, each of those candidates is worth their weight in gold. But none of them are likely to fetch as high a price as Team A. They were the 7 people who were originally meant to save the world, not you. Oh wait, that's not right, is it? Let me rephrase that. The 7 people from whom you stole that opportunity of a lifetime. Okay, that's enough out of you, my little footstool. Think you can kneel for me like a good little weakling before the plane comes in for a landing? Now then, tell me, how much do you know about those 7 people? Don't tell me you've never heard anything about them as a whole. I've seen their faces in the OVA and trailer, and that's it. Don't tell me you've never heard anything about them the whole time you've been here. They're your great senpai, after all. I'm pretty sure Mash knows a thing or two about them. After all, they were training together to be masters long before you even knew what Chaldea was.
I'm gonna stay silent.
No way, you really have no idea? Never mind their magecraft affinity, you don't even know their names? You're kidding! I didn't know you were so cold-hearted, Tanner. In that case, you really can't blame them if they wake up pissed off at you, can you? After all, you stole everything from them. Their jobs, their purpose, even their place in
Well, maybe if they didn't blow up like idiots.
Oh my, that was close. Come now, little foo, you shouldn't keep going after a lady's face. Keep acting up like this and I might just have to defend myself, maybe by biting off your head. Then that would be it for you, and you wouldn't have any more chances to learn again, would you? Oh, drat, look at the time. I'm supposed to meet Sir Gordolf soon. So on that note, I think I'll be on my way now. No more wasting time on a know-nothing patsy. Lucky for you, you're so ignorant, isn't it, Tanner? If you knew anything at all about even one of those Team A Masters, I'd be rushing you off to grill you about them in solitaire for as long as it took. But sadly, it looks like that honeylicious branch isn't available to us, so bye for now. And be careful when a beautiful woman comes your way from now on. Trust me, you don't want to find yourself falling for the honey pot. Heart.
I want to cuddle Fu and tell him I'm sorry. Team A Masters, huh?
Fu! Welcome back, Senpai. I see you met with Fu on the way.
More than that,
He's been hiding out for a while, so I'm relieved to see him with you. Senpai, is something wrong? Did the investigation go badly? It's about Team A. Team A? Now that you mention it, I never did tell you about them, did I? I didn't mean to keep it from you. We just never really had the time to discuss them. That's true, especially since the 7 Team A Masters ended up not being involved in stopping the incineration of humanity. But now that they're about to be thawed out, and we both have nothing better to do, this seems as good a time as any to tell you a little bit about them. Team A refers to a group of A-ranked masters handpicked by Chaldea. Mash was originally part of this team too. Are they all test tube babies? First up, Kirstaria Woodheim. A part of me wants to Google their last names to see if there's other people in like the families, but also probably spoilers will come up. The chairman of the Animosphere-controlled Astromancy Department and one of Clock Tower's 12 departments of study, and the official Team A leader. He's the head of the exceptionally distinguished Woodheim family, whose name and magical circuits have both been around for thousands of years. He's also Marisbury's top pupil and was rumored to be the heir to the lordship, then was rumored to be a better heir to the lordship than Olga Marie. He was expected to forge a contract with a Lancer. In terms of overall magecraft capability, he was head and shoulders above the rest. Ophelia Farsmopholone, the prodigy of Evocation Department. She possessed special mystic eyes, so she wore an eye patch. Oh, that's why she's Chuny. That really made her stand out even here. She was expected to forge a contract with a saber, but she seemed to be very particular about what sort of heroic spirit she would contract with. Kadok Zemlupus. Nothing special as far as mages go, but his affinity for race shifting was exemplary. His story is likely similar to yours, seeing as he was the only ordinary member among all the geniuses on Team A. But his kindness more than made up for it, even if it did descend into self-deprecation at times. Yes, I remember, Kadok was always concerned for others, though he also had a pessimistic side, which bothered him as much as anyone else. Oh, so was that... Oh, that was Mash saying that. Okay. He was expected to form a contract with the caster. He didn't have much magical energy, so he wanted to avoid a combat-oriented servant who would guzzle up everything he had before the fight even began. Next up, Scandinavia Peperoncino. No, that's not his name. No. Scandinavia is a country, and pepperoncino is when you take, like, meat and put it into coffee. Yes, you heard me. Scandinavia Peperoncino. Nobody knows his origins, and he's using a pseudonym, obviously. Oh, thank God. He was a freelance mage Marisbury recruited after they met abroad. Cheerful and funny, he always had a joke ready that kept Team A's spirits, with the last name Peperoncino. He was also the oldest member of the team. You could say he was a man a bit ahead of his time. He was an ancient man at, like, 25. He was expected to form a contract with an archer. He had an Italian air about him, but he was also strangely knowledgeable about Buddhism. What a weird guy! Naturally, he also knew a lot about Indian mythology. Said he liked myths about cycles and death and rebirth. Akuta Hinako. She got her start in Yamina, the botany department, which is tied into the study of witches at the clock tower. She used to be part of Chaldea's engineering team before her latent talents were spotted, and she was added to the pool of master candidates. She was the kind of person who would have been happy doing nothing more than curling up with a good book from morning till night. But she had a strange aura about her you couldn't help but notice. Come to think of it, Romani used to sulk about how she'd never come in for routine physicals. She was expected to form a contract with a rider. That was really important to her for some reason. Next, Beryl Gut. As for him, I guess we don't have to cover all these masters in depth. What? Who? Moving on. What? What's that about then? Last but not least, we have... right. David Sem Void. He was something of an enigma, really. A loose cannon, you could say. He even got himself banned from his department at the Maids Association. That would be the Folklore Department, or Brishsan, if you're wondering. They deal with otherworldly artifacts. It's an unorthodox field of studies, despite being led by the Clock Tower's Chancellor. Anyway, Marisbury had the highest regard for David's talent. I thought he was a rare find, too. There's only one, maybe two people I recognize as geniuses, even when I was alive, and David was right up there with them. He never tried to understand anyone else, and nobody else ever understood him. He was expected to form a contract with a berserker, though no one ever expected him and his servant to reach any sort of understanding. Huh. But what was up with Beryl Gut? And that's every master on Team A. Quite the cast of characters, right? But don't let that get to you. If anything, they're the ones who would be timid around you now. They may have been your senpai a year ago, but now you're the senpai and you've got the experience to prove it. Team A is nothing if not a meritocracy. They respect people based on their accomplishments, and yours have been pretty incredible. In fact, if I were you, I wouldn't bank on getting any sleep for a week or so once they're awake. They'll be constantly bugging you to tell them about your experiences and the singularities. Nah, they're mages. Nope. I don't know if you know this, but every mage is scum. There's never been a nice mage. Woodheim has a great T-scash, as you'd expect from a noble. Kadok can be shy, but he's very studious and is usually into mythology. Pepe was a great listener. Who is Pepe? Oh my god. Did Pepperoncino go by Pepe? Oh my god. Pepe was a great listener. Even Akuda, who usually never said much, would open up in front of him. Indeed, I have no doubt that half a teammate would get along great with you, Tanner. Which is exactly why I'm concerned. Thawing them out will have a profound effect on Chaldea's future. Gordolf is moving full steam ahead with the thaw, but it'll take at least 4 days to get all the equipment ready. I can only hope they finish investigating the current staff before they get started. I agree, our team lasts until the very end of the term. So if the investigation concludes by the 31st, we should be able to help thaw them out. Only 4 days to go, and y'all know what 4 represents. Foo-foo! Right. Whether you stay or go, this is still our problem to handle, at least for now. If something were to go down, I'd definitely be on our last day of the year, the 31st. So let's just be patient, keep our guard up, and wait for the right opportunity. Sound good, Master of Chaldea? Winky. Winky wink. Wink, wink, wink. Oh, now we're moving to the 31st. Okay. 4 days have gone by, I guess. December 31st, 2019. The once clear blue sky is slowly obscured by ominous clouds. It's the beginning of the end of 2019. That's worrying because 2020. Oh no, 2020. Oh no, that's what it's leading to. Oh jeez. Vinci still isn't back. I know, Fu. It's been 12 hours since Mr. Gordolf called for her last night. It's 4:30 p.m. right now. That gives us less than 8 hours until the year ends. Pardon me. Who's this?
Hello there, Tanner. Mr. Mounier, Miss Demi-Servant.
Why does that name sound familiar? Mounier. Great Mounier. No, I'm just seeing... Okay, I just see that it is this staff member, okay. For some reason that name jumped out at me as one I remembered, though.
I hope you don't mind me stopping by. I just wanted to chat with you again one last time.
Father Kodomine?
My name is of no great consequence. Father will be more than sufficient. Very soon your 4-day house arrest will come to an end. The investigation will continue until tomorrow, but you have been cleared of suspicion. It seems the Mages Association wishes to have you arrested, but we at the Holy Church feel otherwise. We see the battles you have fought and the contributions you have made, and recognize them for what they're worth. That's why we'll only give you church reading as volunteer hours as punishment.
Oh my goodness, I just realized, have I been in... Oh, I've been in the wrong form. Oh no, I've had the thing at the top the whole time. I'll fix that. I'll fix that. You probably won't even be... So this is what I had. This is how it should be. So that was a mistake. That's fine.
My superior, Pontifex Noi, commended your accomplishments personally.
I was recording audio, right? Yeah, I was still recording audio. Whew, okay. Okay, whew, I was a bit worried there.
He also told me to keep you safe from the Maid Association's concealment system, saying it was the least we could do to those of whom we owe our lives.
Really? Then does that mean we're fully acquitted?
It does. I talked to Music and he agreed to release Chaldea's entire former staff from their confinement in just a few hours.
What about Da Vinci? You're right, the investigators called her in last night and she still hasn't returned. Where is she?
Leonardo? She's a servant, so we can't afford to release her. We will unsummon her once she finishes helping us with our current task. This world is meant for the living. It has no place for the lingering dead like heroic spirits. Even the saints are no exception. The remnants of days gone past have no place in today's world, no matter what they may be.
So you don't think servants are valuable? Are you telling us that only the Holy Church is on humanity's side, and the mystics must be opposed in all their forms no matter what?
Not at all. Servants are useful tools. What I hate is the very concept of heroic spirits itself.
What's Da Vinci working on?
Leonardo has been hard at work in the command room as of last night. The procedure to unthaw Team A has already begun. Now that the coffins have been repaired, they were to be unthawed by 4 p.m. today. 4 means death! No! So I'll expect we'll be hearing word of their success any moment now. Leonardo will be on her way once that is done, but I'm willing to at least grant her a Last Supper. Ha ha ha, just a bit of religious humor.
Oh my god. Who painted the Last Supper? You card. How did I forget that? Oh, you are slimy. Da Vinci painted the Last Supper.
By all means, enjoy your final meal together this evening. Once you are done, I will have you taken to my helicopter and ensure you return to your family safely.
That's... I don't trust you.
Well, that's a shame. Here we've only just met, and you decided you dislike me. Of course, if that's your decision, I will respect it. You are the master who prevented the incineration of humanity. Your instincts must be impeccable.
Operation complete. Coffin thaw successful. The coffins will be released in 3 minutes. Father Kotomine, please report to the command room. We are about to begin the resuscitation procedure. The thawing was successful. Da Vinci must have pulled it off.
Indeed, she is quite gifted. Wish that I could overlook her secrets out of respect for her capabilities, but alas. At any rate, this brings us to the end, doesn't it, Tanner? I truly admire your hard work, your restraint, and your patience. More's the pity.
What do you mean?
Come now, you really don't know? All the miracles you performed are about to be destroyed at the hands of the very paragon of mediocrity.
Wow, yeah, I feel bad. Operation complete. Coffin thawing successful. The coffins will be released in 3 minutes.
Oh, well done, Da Vinci. I'm impressed. We waste 3 days trying at this and nothing. You come in and get it done overnight. Maybe I should reconsider getting rid of you. I would hate to lose such a talented engineer. In fact, I just received word that my own engineers are having trouble with Chaldea's generator. They seem to have no idea what to make of it. If you stayed on as my secretary, that little problem would go away as well. What do you say? I'm quite generous to those who obey my commands. I let them take a whiff of this dick every now and then.
Thanks, but if that's my only option, you can consider this my resignation. I'm only here out of interest for Chaldea as it was. I couldn't possibly care less about yours. I'll be on my way as soon as I have dinner with the rest of the former Chaldea staff.
So it's like that. Fine then. You there. Why aren't those coffins open yet? Has it been 3 minutes by now? How long are you gonna make me wait?
Sir, it's been 2 minutes and 58 seconds.
I trust this goes without saying, but Woodheim is our first priority, the crown jewel of the clock tower. We'll wake him up first and put him in my debt by telling him I saved his life. Ha 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 ha!
Yes, sir. Opening coffin now. Huh? Uh-oh.
What the?
What's happening? It's empty. He's not in here. There's no sign of Kirstania Woodine in this coffin. It's not just him. There's nobody in coffins B, C, D, E, F, or G either. They're all empty. What's going on? We had vital signs in all of them just a moment ago. The coffin's contents can't be verified until they're opened. There are any number of ways to make it seem like they're still giving off readings. Every single coffin was a Schrodinger's cat. Does this mean that at some point over the last 4 days, someone opened them before I did and set them up to give off false signals? But who could have done that? And more importantly, how did they get Woodheim and the others out of... Uh-oh! Warning, warning. Has occurred in the observational data. No past observational data found. Statistical response, forecast, and prediction abilities compromised. Unable to detect anomalies in observational data. Unable to detect any form of electromagnetic waves. Unable to detect cosmic rays reaching Earth. Satellite visual feed lost. Moena Kea observatory's transmissions lost. Hey, we know where that is. There are currently no observable celestial objects on Earth. Did I hear that right?
What's the meaning of us, Da Vinci? What's going on? I didn't do anything. What are those cracks showing up in Chaldea?
It's a moon now? Moon's cracked? Pseudo-celestial sphere Chaldea overloaded, shutting down observational lens Sheba.
Now what's happening? I'm blue! Dabba-dee-dabba-da!
Intruders! I'm picking up magical energy signals at the front gate, Gate 3 and Gate 6. What the hell? There's more pouring in every second. Snap out of it. We don't need Sheba to use our internal security cameras. Get the footage out from the front gate and Chaldea's surroundings on the screen. Right. Putting up visual feed now.
Oh-ho! Really?
They're human soldiers. We're surrounded. There are black-clad soldiers all outside of Chaldea. No, they're already in Chaldea. Gate 3 shutters have been destroyed.
This is Gate 3. This is Gate 3. We're under attack by an unknown force. Requesting immediate backup. The club brigade has been wiped out. I repeat, the club.
Your Excellency, we just lost contact with the club brigade. I'm not getting any biometric feedback.
What's going on? Nobody told me this sort of thing was going to happen. Koyanskaya, where did Koyanskaya go?
Attention all staff, attention all staff. Shit's going down. Attention all staff. Front and inner gates have all been shut down. All exit routes currently inaccessible. Please wait until functionality is restored.
They've taken over the gates. Now what do we do? How are we supposed to escape?
This is the Heart Brigade. We need backup. We're currently engaging unidentified enemy forces. Damn it, where the hell are those? What the hell are these things? They keep getting up even after we fill them with holes.
Damn it! Stay back! Don't move! Stop! Get away!
Your Excellency, we've just lost contact with the 4 Flush. What are your orders?
This can't be happening. All of my soldiers dead. What in the world's going on here?
Oh, this is pretty good. Oh, we have battles. We have battles that we don't even get to pick our servants for because, of course. Woo! Senpai, those are gunshots, but who's shooting inside Chaldea?
So it's begun. Well, Tanner, much as I hate to say goodbye, I'm afraid this is where we part ways. Be warned, those hunters react to anything that moves. I wouldn't leave this room for a while if I were you.
It's locked. What gives? I thought he said he was going to let us go. What the hell's going on here? Hey, guard, who's shooting the place up?
Shut up, I don't have time to deal with you right now. There's 3 clubs. Roger, request for backup. En route to the Spade Brigade now.
Of course it's like card-based. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Hang in there until I arrive. If any Chaldea staff try to stop you, just shoot them.
The hell, he ran off without unlocking the door? Now what do we do, Tanner?
I think we should find a way out of here because we're powerful anime protagonists. Senpai, you've been studying the air vent for a while now. Are you thinking of escaping that way? I'm sorry to say this, but that vent is very narrow. The only one of us who could fit through it is Fu. Fu! Fu-fu!
What was that? Something just slammed into the door. Oh crap, the door's all dented now.
Please be quiet, Mr. Meunier. I'm sensing several entities in the hallway. Although this magical energy density, it's almost like... Don't tell me they're servants.
They're here. You're gonna bring down the door.
Both of you, please stand back. Senpai, please grant me permission to transform. If you use a command spell, I should be able to do it at least one more time. No, your body's just not ready for it. Please, Senpai, we're running out of time. I'll be fine. I've been training for this all year. Even Da Vinci said I could still transform as long as it was just for battle. Please. I know I've only been able to help you as your navigator for the past year. That's exactly why I want to fight now. I can't just watch while everyone else gets killed when there's something I can do to help. I get the feeling that who's ever behind this is trying to destroy Chaldea as we know it. Please, Master Tanner, before it's too late. Do it! She did it, but is she gonna be alright, Tanner? She hasn't even fought yet, and she already looks like she's about to collapse. I'm okay. Never mind that. Hurry and get behind. It's here! What even is that thing? Where'd it come from? Initiating combat. Your orders, Master. Just... What are we fighting here, guys? Russians. Stronger than Goetia, stronger than the primal beasts. We have a Russian. Oprinchnik. Oh, look at this, like, bloodied up hallway. Oh, and we're only level 40? Wow, they give you a very set one. Also, yeah, look, there's locks on them, so sure that you can't even give that stuff. That's interesting. Hello, I am Oprinchnik. I look like a Bloodborne cosplayer. I shoot you! I also critical rate up. Beware, I'm starting to sound less Russian and more like a vampire. He really does look like a Bloodborne dude. It's kind of rad. Also, of course, same hat. You know what? Just do this here. Do as much as we can. I mean, this isn't much of a battle. It's more thematic than anything. Oh yeah, look at this, because he's gonna do his... stuff. And we're gonna finish this. Don't even need Lord Camelot. Unless he, like, comes back immediately and uses his Noble Phantasm or something stupid. Bye, dude. You're not saying voice lines, which is strange. I also got no experience and no items. Yeah, that was entirely thematic. Oh, new sprite! Not a good one, though. Mash! Don't be hurting. I did it, Master. I was able to fight again. You call that fighting? I was way too reckless, Mash. It's obvious you're not ready for this. Saw how you used to fight when I was still working in the command room. That wasn't even half of your former strength. There's no way we can let you fight like this. Tanner, you and I will need to... Russia. Ah, now there's even more of them here. What is this, an Adidas store? I haven't seen this many tracksuits in a while. Are you sure that's a good idea? My shield is so heavy. Even after all the time I spent training, why is this happening? Foo-foo. Master, Mr. Minier, I'll draw their attention. Once I push them out into the hallway, you run as fast as you can the other way. No, I'm with you to the end. But... why not take him up on the offer? This is the first time in a year you've been comrades in arms, after all. Who's this? Who?
Hello.
Holmes!
I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. My apologies. That is, as they say in modern parlance, simply how great detectives roll.
Oh my god. What did he say about the jailbreak? Oh my god, he called it. How did he call it? Does he have, like, clairvoyance? Is that dude, like... does he have... Let's keep going. I wanna do this. I don't know how long this is, but I'm enjoying it anyways. It's pretty rough. Oh yeah, this is rough. Hell, oh, Booby Mommy, I remember you from the Lost Room OVA. Oh no, my room! Yo, you broke my CRT, I played Melee on that! What should he grab from my room?
And there you are. This is the situation we find ourselves in. Chaldea is under attack by an unknown military force. Our exits have been sealed off, preventing any escape. Gordolf's private soldiers are doing their best to fight the intruders off, but it won't be long now before our adversary claims victory. Our task is quite simple, as we cannot escape outside, we will escape underground. Our adversary has yet to occupy the underground hangar, so that is where we will go. Then we will find a shipping container in which we can take shelter. As it happens, I rescued 4 other staff members along the way and instruct them to head to the hangar as well. I would counsel
Alacrity. What the hell is that word?
Alacrity.
Alacrity. Brisk and cheerful readiness.
I would console Alacrity. Move now while the hallways are still empty of enemy soldiers. The attention appears to be directed towards the command room for the moment, but once they have seen to their business there, it won't be long before they find the underground facilities.
The hangar? Oh, you mean the dock we used to send cargo down the mountain? That would also work as a shelter. This is great. We're saved. Come on, Mash. Tanner, what are you waiting for? Yes, that is our best chance, but we can't leave Da Vinci behind. Senpai. Woohoo. Are you kidding me? Holmes just told you the command room is the most dangerous place here.
I can see you've steeled yourself for the dangers ahead. Good. A word of advice, then. Go around to the command room by the way of the L2 stairs. I will send you in the opposite direction of those black-garbed soldiers. I expect you will find Miss Da Vinci inside her workshop, but you will need to make your way through the command room regardless. Once you've met up with her, come straight to the hangar. Regretfully, I will not be able to go with you.
Are you gonna let them go off on their own, Holmes? That's okay. Holmes has his own things he needs to take care of, right, Master? A bit nerve-wracking, but it mashes with me.
Precisely, Mr. Tanner. Very well, I shall lead Da Vinci's rescue in your capable hands. Come, Mr. Meunier. I can accompany you to the hangar, at least part way.
Just me, but... Right, figures. Okay, Mash Tanner. Sorry to run ahead of you, but I'll see the two of you back at the hangar. Okay, be careful, Mr. Meunier. Thanks for doing this, Holmes.
Of course, just make sure you both exercise caution as well.
Woohoo! I kind of like having a staff member friend. Ooh. Good, we made it to the back of the command room without those soldiers spotting us. Unfortunately, it looks like they've taken control of it, just as Holmes said. I don't see Da Vinci anywhere. If she escaped to her workshop, then... Wait, what is that? Don't tell me you still haven't found that graph. It's not on the main server. It must be hidden somewhere else. Remember, our primary mission may be to take control of Chaldea, but our secondary objective is to seize the data at any cost. You may be satisfied as long as you can keep killing, but I told you that data is more important, didn't I? I swear, this is what happens when you just go around slaughtering without a moment's thought. Opriniki are supposed to be the best of the best, but you guys are completely useless. You couldn't even capture a lone servant. Oh well, at least we gained control of the command room. You all remain on standby. The Grand Duchess will be here any moment now. I trust you at least know how to welcome royalty properly. She's working with the soldiers. So it would seem, although she called them Oprichniki. Where have I heard that name before? No, never mind that now. Saving Da Vinci comes first. Let's stay out of sight and make our way to the workshop, Master. Doesn't look like the soldiers are going to leave the command room anytime soon. That's probably what's stopping Da Vinci from leaving. Hey there, Tanner. Thanks for stopping by. I thought you might show up. I had no reason to think that, but I'm glad you did. I did. Da Vinci, thank goodness you're all right. Foo! Yep, I'm doing okay. Things were looking pretty dicey for a while there, but I made it here intact. Those things are awful, you know. No matter how many times you kill them, they just keep getting back up and swarming all over you. Now, I know how it feels to be a lump of sugar getting mobbed by ants, or maybe a piece of meat getting attacked by piranhas, something like that. Anyway, so you went and transformed, Mash, just when you had a chance to get your body back to normal, too. Now we'll have to start your treatment all over again. I'm sorry, I know you've been all so considerate of me. Don't worry about it. Can't really complain when Tanner and I are alive now thanks to that decision. Now then, Tanner, I think we'd better save the long-winded explanations till after. I take it you ran into Holmes? He's still here, right? Then I don't have to waste my breath telling you that you need to escape to the hangar. I was planning to head there myself once I'd met up with you, but there's something I left behind. Right. Your boombox. This is the one thing, it's the one thing we can't let them get their hands on. It contains a copy of the graph, made up of the data patterns for all the spirit origins of the heroic spirits you formed contracts with to date. In short, it contains your bonds with them. Oh yeah, that's important! As long as you have this and MASH with you, you'll be able to summon heroic spirits again, though you will need to access a good ley line and a ton of energy to activate it, of course. Chaldea may not be able to get it up and running right now, but as long as we can make it through this predicament, we should be able to figure out some... So this is how we get the servants in the real world. Got it. Sounds good. I bet the spirit origin graph is what they're looking for, too. I originally moved it to this briefcase to keep it out of Gordolf's hands. Either way, good thing I did. Anyway, now that you and Mash are here, Tanner, we can slip throughout the command room. Mash, I know that body of yours isn't operating at its peak, but do you think you can hang in there for just a few more battles? Of course, it'd be my honor to accompany you, Acting Director Da Vinci. Great, then I'll be counting on you two to back me up. We'll need to take out the soldiers in the hallway to make it to the hangar. We have no choice but to cut through the command room along the way, but I do not want to fight in there if we can possibly avoid it. As I'm sure you saw for yourself, something is attacking Chaldea. Ordinarily, Chaldea should be protected by a powerful force field, making it impossible to touch. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it looks like they've somehow managed to seal Chaldea away. And that means there's a chance that Chaldea could be physically destroyed. Even a single stray shot or ricochet could damage it. We have to avoid that at all costs. If Chaldea ends up broken, fixing it would be impossible. Let's go! We got this! That's a spirit. That takes me back to our battle in the Holy Land. You've grown so much since then. Really now, you didn't have to come back for me. You would have been fine if I was gone, but thanks for coming all the same. Which isn't to say I couldn't take care of myself. Now, let's get out of here and head to the hangar. Yeah. I like this chat. Oh, man. I'm gonna be real. Some of the stuff with the Epic of Remnants, I was a little bit like, it's fine, it's whatever, you know, I wasn't feeling too much, but now it's like, now it's just the fact that there is, like, the stakes are back up, and there's so much happening that is big for the world, you know? And I'm enjoying that because of that. So, yeah, MASH isn't saying anything. I'm noticing that, which is strange. I wonder if there's a reason why. No, I'm definitely feeling reinvigorated here, and I hope the Lostbelt is just as good, you know? Try to get some stars. Okay. Your crit rate up. I'm gonna pop that on. Now, does that go on you? Debuff, remove, and restore HP for yourself? Sure, let's do that. Now let's go. Let's do that to finish you off. Get some stars. The way she says okay when you choose her stuff sounds exactly like Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Which is a good thing. So good. I love that. Oh, let's finish this off in style. Yeah, that okay. That is the exact same cadence as the okay in Billy Hatcher. Rip to you. Yeah, she's not saying voice clips. I get it, she's weak. That makes sense. Why aren't these dudes dropping anything? Like, not even a smidgen of QP. I guess they're dropping these, which are pretty good, though. Oh, we're still going, huh? Alright. I don't care. This is awesome. Prologue, December 31st, 2019. And what is up with you, Mommy, and will you get me demonetized? Are you just going for a walk? This is the hangar? I've never been down here. That's right, this is where Chaldea stores various kinds of equipment and disposes of materials it no longer needs. But that huge shipping container didn't used to be here. What could it be? Tanner, Mash, Mr. Vinci. I'm so glad you all made it. Check it out. This is the container we're using as shelter. Well, I'm well aware, Minier. Good to know you guys are safe and sound, too. Let's go inside, Tanner. That container is made of a special, highly durable material. It'd take a tank shell to even dent it.
What's more, we set it up on some rails that'll eject it from the hangar in the worst-case scenario. It might be a bumpy ride, since we'll have to make the trip by sledding all the way down the mountain, but at least we should be able to make it to the bottom. That sounds like death. We would be like that Rabbids Wii Remote game that you shake the Wii Remote and they fling around. That's what it would be like. You got it now. Come on, everybody's already on board. You three are the only ones left. Let's go in before they find us. So you're all safe. That's wonderful. I knew Holmes could do it. Well, all of us who escaped to the West Hall anyway. Just the West Hall? There's a wall of ice blocking the way to the East Hall. Anyone who escaped there is frozen solid. But how? That shouldn't even be possible. Maybe not, but it's true. I saw it for myself back in the command room. One girl froze the entire hall, East Hall, single-handedly. Hard as it is to believe she's a servant. She must be a heroic spirit who was summoned outside of Chaldea. She headed to the command room after freezing the East Hall, so they might be frozen solid by now. Servant summoned outside of Chaldea, huh? Still, how? Dr. Roman said it was impossible to summon heroic spirits without the shield, let alone outside of Chaldea. I know, which is why the circumstances are so precarious. That heroic spirit shouldn't be here. This whole situation shouldn't even be possible. They caught us completely by surprise. We have nothing to go on at all at the moment. Which is yet another reason why we should beat a temporary retreat. We can call the Mage Association for help, gather intel on who we're up against, and... somebody, anybody! If anyone's hearing this, please answer me, anybody at all. Someone's still alive. That was a survivor, I'm sure of it. He needs help. But which block could he be in? Come on, what are you waiting for? Holmes is yelling at us to go already. We're out of time. We have to go now. I feel for whoever that is, but luck just wasn't on his side. We gotta forget about him. You heard the man. Holmes is right, and of course I agree. We just don't have time. The only thing we can do for him now is pray that he makes it out alive on his own. Unless you two are willing to stay behind to help someone you don't even know. That's kind of what we do sometimes a lot. Oh god, they're coming! They're coming! Ah! Somebody, anybody, why does this sort of thing always happen to me? Damn it all, who do they think I am? I'm Gordolf goddamn Music, the eldest son of the Music family. I was going to lead Chaldea to glory. Yes, glory! That's what was supposed to happen, but now... Oh, it was Gordolf, never mind. So it's that Music bastard, huh? All the more reason to forget about him. He's got no one to blame but himself. Why should we help a guy like that after everything he did to Chaldea? You're not wrong. But he... Why do things always turn out like this? Why do they always turn on me in the end? This always happens to me, always. Nothing's changed at all. No matter where I go, no matter what I try, I was always an outcast, a loser, a social leper. I knew what everyone was thinking. I knew they all hated me, but what was I supposed to do? I don't know why they hated me. I don't get how to get people to like me. Oh, you are a sob story. Hello, background mommy. But I tried. I did the best I could. I never had my sights set on first place, you know. I would have been happy with second or third. But just look at how things turned out. Forget third. I didn't even end up placing it all. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Damn it, after a life of failure, I thought this would finally be my shot at success. But a loser is all I'll ever be, no matter where I go or what I do. Damn it, damn it. I don't want to die. I'm not ready to die after all. No one's ever I seriously thought he was going to say, I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin. No one's loved me. Oh? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. No, we can't let this happen again. You're right. Understood, Master. Let's go rescue Gordolf Music. Have you guys lost your minds? Why would you risk your necks for a jerk like that? Because we have guilt from killing off the cute one. Sorry about this, Munier. Tell Holmes to wait till we get back. Once these two have made up their minds, they won't budge an inch. But don't worry, my limitless universal genius will see us back safely in no time. Da Vinci! Let's just say today's Gordolf's lucky day. Besides, I have to admit, you can't hear all that and not help. So, nothing ever went right for him, huh? Then this time for sure, we'll make sure we get there in time. Isn't that right, Tanner? Yeah, ma'am. Mr. Munier, please watch Fu while I'm gone. Don't worry, Fu, I promise I'll be right back. foo, foo. Are we not gonna address the naked woman in the room?
Rushka, Rushka, Rushka. Oprinchnik.
Oh god, I'm doomed. My magical pistol is out of bullets and I've used up all my talismans. Oh god, this is gonna hurt, isn't it? That one sick'll hurt like hell. They're probably not gonna kill me quickly either. I've seen these things in the old records. They're the Tsars, Oprishniki. They're soldiers expressly designed to make humans suffer, demons in human clothing. I don't know why they've come back to life here and now, but oh god, this is gonna hurt so much. I guess I'm gonna die as unlucky as...
And we're just like, shut up. Well, I'm impressed you managed to stay alive this long, Gordolf.
You're that caster, and you're that demi-servant girl. And that third-rate master, Tanner. What are you all doing here?
We're here to rescue you, believe it or not. Don't thank me, though. This was entirely Tanner's idea. Not that I can really see a prat like you ever thanking someone. 4 black-garbed soldiers are headed this way. Your orders, master. Eat them up. And make this dude be indebted to us. Because you might be thinking, wow, you know, like from the bottom of our hearts we're saving him. It's like, no. We're actually like kind of being scummy of our own right by being like, yeah, now he'll want to, you know, be doing it with us, right? I'm doing this to get started, to get some meter for you for the next one. Some defense up. Why are my attacks slow again, it feels like? Is it because we're in this mode or something? Because it seems slower than usual. Like, do you see that? I am on battle speed 2 times. Maybe it's literally that the environments get more... if I wanted, I could turn down the resolution, but maybe the environments are just bigger. And as such, it's like, the game can't keep up as much. There's always that chance, which is strange, but for sure. At least we get to see the animations a bit nicer. You know, you get to see them all nice up and close. So let's finish this with trying to get, again, mash her meter too, because then that'll help out. I don't know if I think this might kill though. Yeah, this will kill. Never mind. That's fine. Yeah, there's a little bit of slowdown, just a bit. That's okay. These guys are a bit more powerful. Okay, so let's start with yeah, let's try and get mashes that, because well, your overcharge does Noble Phantasm Strength, so we'll want to do that for sure. Let's go this for now. Deal damage and stuff. I will say, I don't know if it actually is, but like, the background is the most detailed it's ever been. Like, that is remarkably detailed in a really nice way. So I do wonder if it's literally just like, hey, part 2's here. We are using, you know, as much of the engine as we can, you know. I don't know. Okay. Let's go... whatever, let's just use that. And is yours on a single? All enemies, okay. That. And we're gonna go... That'll definitely kill the one in the front, and then we move on and do some more. We'll see how we go. I wish she kept those on all the time. I wish she just never took them off. But I guess, you know, quote-unquote, too much of a good thing. You get used to it, it stops being as amazing. I guess. That. No items. That's the biggest crime of this. No items. How am I gonna live?
Borscht.
The battle's over. Gordolf music is safe now. That's a relief, huh?
What are you doing here? Do you actually think you've helped me just because you've saved my life? I'm the real victim here. They should have broken up Chaldea's staff after all. The heroic spirit summoning system turned out to be a broken down piece of junk. I was supposed to starve the show Chaldea overloaded the moment I got here. And I go and lose contact with the outside world. I can't find Koyanskaya anywhere, and to top things off, I run to these oprichniks. What sort of wickedness have you brought upon us now? Don't tell me you want to destroy the world again.
Destroyed the... I'm afraid you're greatly mistaken. We weren't the ones responsible for the incineration of humanity, but...
Don't you dare talk back to me! Just shut the hell up and start fixing this mess you made! Oh, just thinking about it is giving me the shakes. Come on now, get to work.
You see, I knew this would be more trouble than his cologne is worth. Anyway, Coglione, than this Coglione is worth. I sprinkled in a bit of Italian in there, huh? Anyway, we really don't have time to explain everything right now. For the moment, let's go back to safety. I'm sure everyone is on pins and needles waiting for us. You're right, we'll need to apologize to them. Still, I'm glad we weren't too late, aren't you, Senpai?
Yeah.
Surprise, Mommy. Mommy with the ears. Are you one of the beasts? Da-da-da-dum. Oh, there's still more. And I can't choose my team, so... Prologue, December 31st, 2019. And we're sprinting. Oh, Mash is having a rough go at it. Oh, Mash looks like she's in a lot of pain.
I never thought I'd be forced to run a marathon. I think you should be racing while we on my own.
Not a fan of long distance running? It's okay. If you want to sit down and take another break, we don't mind. But you should know that we're not going to wait around for you for another second.
You think I don't know that? Come on, pick up the pace. For more of those oprichniki catch up to... Oh!
Okay, that's far enough. Looks like you're not going to be crossing this particular finish line, are you? Koyanskaya!
This is terrible. Those things have captured Koyanskaya. I see, after my quick thinking let me escape from the command room before anyone else. She must have found herself all alone, and I was forced to give herself up. That poor thing.
No, Mr. Gordolf, the Oprichniki didn't capture her. She's the one leading them. I don't know why she did it, but I think she's the one who orchestrated this attack on Chaldea.
You're joking! That means she's been deceiving me all this time? Has she only traveled far and wide and worked herself to the bone so she could land Chaldea for her sake instead of mine? Gebert! You little minx, how dare you toy with an innocent man's heart like that?
Oh my, I think we have a misunderstanding, Your Excellency. Oh. We recommended Chaldea to you as a purchase with tremendous value. We were completely honest about that. You saw its value, accepted the offered price, and invested your personal fortune. We assassinated your rival bidders to guarantee your purchase. As a result, you gained sole rights over Chaldea and its property, and we were able to complete our objective without the association interfering. That sounds like a win-win to me, but then you go and call me a minx? I'm normally very gentle, but that really ruffles my feathers. So now we're going to kill you all. It's time for all of you to pay up for everything you're worth. Master, Mr. Music, get back. Her smile is utterly false. I've never sensed such fierce bloodlust before. Oh, I'm impressed, Shield Girl. I guess you really do know a servant when you see one. Called it. But don't worry, your pretty little head, MK. I couldn't care less about other servants, so I'll make sure to kill you quickly. The only prey I really like to take my time with is of the human variety. The ones I'm really fond of I like to stuff and mount on my walls. In fact, I've got quite a nice collection now, if I do say so myself. You know how some people like to hunt foxes? It's just like that, only with humans. Gordolf isn't worth my time, but you just barely make the grade, Tanner. I think you'd look wonderful on my mantle. Oh, I'll have to remove those unsightly limbs first.
Come, Tanner, do something, you're a master, right?
Don't worry, I've got these soldiers figured out now. Mash, you just hang behind and back me up. If that's all we're up against, I should be able to... handle them yourself? I don't think so. Not when we have the invincible Grand Duchess on our side. Death to those who would disobey the glorious Tsar. Eradication of those who would betray us. Why, I will wish this myself. I will curse them myself. We will reduce all people to stone, to ice, to nothingness. Open your wicked eye, Vi.
She's like, ah!
That's the witch who surrounded Chaldea. She's a servant. She froze the entire eastern hull solid. This is it. I'm really done for this time. You're no match for her, Da Vinci. She's got your beating abilities and looks like... Oof!
Whoops, sorry, I really should be more careful with my staff, but if you don't have anything helpful to say, how about you be a dear and shut the hell up? That said, Tanner, I'm afraid Gordolf isn't totally wrong. She is a servant, and not the kind we know either. Make sure you're ready to back me up with all those command spells. We need to settle this quickly before she gets serious. Are you literally saying, hey, use your revive if you need to? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, yo, it's all frozen. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is not a winning battle. I can take one look at that HP in my team setup and go, nah, it's not happening. So yeah, this is very much a prologue to the first Lostbelt. I mean, obviously, but rubby rub. That's it. That's all you do. I still don't act. So as of this point, I actually have my art from or for the Lostbelt 1 ready to go. And I'm gonna be real. I didn't even know it was a doll until I had the artwork done, because I had no idea what it was. I thought it was like a head of something she was holding, you know? Okay, now let's go. A bit of this. Shoutouts to this theme playing, though. Good stuff. Alright. Shoot. Oh, she has her charge. Oh, jeez. Hopefully, if I recall, it's single hit, so we'll definitely use that. Let's use you to get rid of you and get your meter up as much as you can. Yeah, get rid of the Oprichnik. Okay, you're out. Oh. Uh-oh. Oopsie doopsie. That's not good. Put on a guts and try our best. Oh, this ain't good, Chief. Debuff immune. I guess I should have put that on before she did her noble thingy thing. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is hella unwinnable. Or maybe it's survival to a certain amount. Good damage, actually. I have no idea how we're supposed to get through this if it's not a survival one. I mean, you do have the debuff immune, but I would have had to know about that beforehand, you know? She still gets charged, though, which is the problem. This might be a problem. Okay, she did another strokey stroke. I guess I should have used the blue to get it there, but we'll see how we do. Just do as much damage as you can. If you can break the first gauge, and that'll be enough, hopefully. Yeah, we got the break. Okay. Battle finished. No, Lamenting Duchess. Charge gain. Okay. Good. I feel like we literally
Just barely won that. Because as soon as that turn would have ended, her turn, match would have got hit, and that would have been the end. That would have been bad. It's useless. A servant from proper human history has no chance against one from the Lostbelt. Oh! That's interesting. Lostbelt servants are naturally stronger than proper human history ones. I guess that makes sense when you actually look at the, you know, power scaling when servants and stuff. She survived hardships and environments you can't even imagine. You never stood a chance. Though I will say you did pretty well, at least for servants from this cushy world. As I can see, she has quite the formidable spirit origin. And you know what they say, the bigger they are, the more common their weakness. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Thanks for being so incorrigibly smug. A bomb? Better cover my ears. An anti-spiritual body flashbang. She's a clever inventor, that servant, but I'm betting she's about to run out of tricks. Let's go after them, Your Imperial Highness. There's nowhere left for them to run. They're trapped like rats. Rats, rats, rats. Where the rats? We stalk at night, we pray at night. Where the rats?
Then I'm the giant rat who makes all of the rules.
There are a lot of rats in that house, too. All they know is how to do is gnaw at their surroundings and multiply. Multiply. Still, I recognize that is one of the proper human history's greatest strengths. If their strength lies in multiplying, we will show our strength in eradicating them all the more fiercely. Our world, the Lostbelt we come from, is a cruel and frigid place. How laughable to think they consider this mild environment cold. Soon we will show them what true hell is. Canada. I don't even have to finish it. I just said the joke there. Sinkwarts. Alright, so then this is it. On to a unprecedented journey. No battles. Like, this is it. Okay. Good to know. Section 8, on to an unprecedented journey. Little 2-hour section. It's only the length of a full feature movie. We finally made it back. Everyone's okay.
Oh, this is the hangar. It's a lot bigger than it looked in the file.
Just shut it and get in the container, Coglione. Am I saying that right? Am I saying that word right? Coglione. Oh! It's the Italian word for testicle. Are you for real? How do you say it? Where's the pronunciation? Well, it'd be, yeah, it's Italian. It's Coglione. Wow. Let me double check. Wiki, can you say it for me? Yeah, it rhymes with, yeah, it's Coglione. Wow. It could also be a sucker or a fool, but it also means giant testicle. I can feel the cold breathing down our necks. Foo-foo! Hey, ironic that I'm playing this at the same time as the Christmas event, which is the opposite problem of the Chaldea getting too hot. Hey, over here, quickly! The ice is right behind you, look! Uh-oh. Yeah, let's get going. Let's get going! Enemy servants closing in. I'll fight her off, Master. If I don't stop her here, everyone who fled to the container will suffer the consequences. No need for that. They'll never catch up to us at this pace. One more step and victory's ours. I'll bring up the rear. The rest of you is...
Indeed. You were just one step short.
Kirei? Wait! No! No! What?
I'm sorry. Old habit of mine. You left your heart open, and that seemed the fastest way to end you.
Why are you like this in everything that you do?
Servant or not, you can't survive once your spirit origin core has been shattered. Farewell, Leonardo da Vinci. With you gone, Chaldea's head is well and truly crushed.
I'm actually mad right now. Stay back, Tanner. You little...
Oh ho, you've got guts. Instead of pulling me away, you're pinning me with your own body? Impressive.
Grab the case and go, hurry. Do not let them get their hands on that spirit origin graph. No, we can't possibly do that.
We can't just run away and leave you behind. Yes, you can. I wouldn't have helped you if you and Tanner weren't the sort of people you are. This is... Okay, so here's the thing. This would be the second time where this has happened, the first being in Camelot. If this is for real this time, then wow. If it's not, then it's like, fool me twice. Yes, you were. Yes, you can. I wouldn't have helped you if you and Tanner were the sort of people you are. Goodbyes always have a way of surprising you, even for geniuses like me. I guess it's for real this time. No more getting lucky like in the Holy Land. No! Take care of MASH for me, Tanner, and take good care of what's in that case, too. And not just because it'll be useful, okay? That graph is proof that your journey really happened. It's our pride and joy, both for me and the others who aren't with us anymore. Couldn't bring myself to erase it. Oh no, you don't. You're not pulling your hand out yet. You just killed a genius. Don't you think you're getting off that easy? Go on, Tanner, hurry. The Chaldea you knew is gone now. As long as you and MASH are alive, this isn't over. I'm positive there'll be a new Chaldea in the future. Ci vediamo, uomo universale. Farewell, Tanner. I know it's a lot to ask, but don't give up and do your best. Let's go, MASH. Yeah, that's how I feel. Grab her and go. Wow. MASH Curia Light, Tanner, Gordolf Music. I don't get a last name. That's the last three. We're all in now. Foo-foo!
3. Don't you mean 4? Where's Miss Da Vinci?
Da Vinci, she's
gone. That servant just killed her and it was killed in line of duty. She went out in a blaze of glory. Oh, shut off the waterworks, girl. You blubbering is annoying.
I see. In that case, all we must do now is survive.
Well, sure, but how exactly are we going to do that, Holmes? The shelter's only going to last so long. It's getting colder and colder outside.
We go about it like this, naturally. Do you see all those pipes along the wall? Hold tightly to them and be sure to keep your mouths closed. It is about to get rather bumpy in here.
Wait, you don't mean we're going to escape in this container, do you?
I certainly do. That is, of course, the entire purpose we had in making it. Not to worry, we've already prepared it to handle sudden changes in atmospheric pressure.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the bumps and the flips.
Just sit back and enjoy the 6-kilometer sled ride.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
What the hell?
6 kilometers down a mountain, huh? I'm actually really sad.
Confirming the caster's spirit origin is gone. This just about completes our operation now, but I didn't think they still had another servant up their sleeve. You really can't trust everything you read in the reports, can you? You're the one who planned this operation, Koyanskaya. What do you think?
Hey, this isn't my fault. I said all along I suspect they weren't telling us everything. Though I will say I didn't expect them to slide down the mountain in a shipping container. That was how they threw away their trash, right? The trip must have reduced those humans to red smears on the container walls, right?
Please, this was obviously their plan from the start, and they managed to keep that extra servant a secret. They must have something else up their sleeve. The master, the demi-servant, Gordolf, and the 8 surviving staff. There's only 8 of them now. That makes 11 precious human lives. Can I trust you to take care of them, Koyanskaya?
That's a gun! You can. This is a bit beyond the scope of my job here, but I'm willing to make an exception. I have my pride in, after all. Besides, we need to make sure the humans are completely wiped out, don't we? Just a gun.
Oh god, we're sledding! We're actually sledding in this thing! This is ridiculous even for us! Still, this should let us escape once we've made our way down the mountain. There should still be an association ship at the...
Great!
What the hell was that? Oh god, we're spinning! The container's spinning around on its side!
Somebody just snipe us, but where could they have possibly shot us from? Oh god, the container's falling apart if we get thrown at this speed, Will.
Holmes? Don't worry, it only looks like a container from the outside. We will survive this. I plan for pretty much Who's this? Why is it not Holmes? I didn't spend the last 6 months modifying this thing for nothing. Oh, I've seen this thing! Yeah, it was in the Lostbelt show, and I've seen it in pictures. It's the
Chaldea command bus or whatever. I've seen it, yeah. What is all this? Oh. Alright, so I've seen this, but I was torn. I was torn between... Boy, that Da Vinci looks kind of chibi. Is that the person's art style because they're too cowardly to draw a grown woman? And now I've realized that no, they really did do this. And please give me back my mommy. Please give me back my mommy. Hello and good morning, fellow Chaldeans. Well, I guess I should say it's nice to meet you all. I'm Leonardo da Vinci. But since we're all friends here, you can just call me Da Vinci. What the hell's going on? Magical girl Da Vinci-san. I get a new look. I'm a genius after all. Can't expect me to keep the same style forever. Or are you so struck by my beauty that you're lost for words? Of course you are, you little devils. You know, you look like a child now. I dislike you. Let's just say this is the sheer unbridled power of a main character. Bit of a shock seeing me again after 5 minutes after my tragic death scene. Allow me to explain. This is a spare body Miss Da Vinci created for herself in case of an emergency. It is a relatively low-cost solution, though unfortunately it has a commensurably lower output. And so she is able to behave as though she is simply picking up where the former Da Vinci left off. Even though she is a low-ranking servant who only just awakened. You there, black coat guy who's just plain sucking at driving this thing. What gives you the spoilers? I was waiting for the perfect moment for my big reveal, you know. Excuse me, but is that true? Are you really Da Vinci? Okay, the glasses are cute, though. I sure am. Take a look at these glasses if you don't believe me. No, put them back on. That was cute. In a different way, though. Match tenants, maybe the first time we're meeting, but I already know all about you. I inherited all the other me's memories, after all. I've been really looking forward to this day I could meet you all like this. I might not be quite as capable as a Renaissance woman as the old me, but I hope I can help you out from now just the same.
If you've quite finished with your introductions, please get back to the controls, Da Vinci. Need I remind you that you are an artificial servant created expressly for the purpose of piloting this all-terrain void transporter, the Shadow Border? Shut up, that's the coolest name! Without you, the Shadow Border cannot function at full capacity.
You really are a buzzkill, Holmes. You know, I can't talk while I'm in the control tube. But this is an emergency, and everyone's safety does come first. I guess I'll go back to sleep then. We'll talk later after things have calmed down. Good night, Tanner. Good night, Mash. Good night. Senpai, who is that tiny Da Vinci? I am so confused. I'm happy the main character says what we're thinking.
What a jump! That was a slope-crossing impact, wasn't it?
Correct, I see you're quite the driving enthusiast, Gordolf.
Why, yes, as a matter of fact, I don't like to brag about it, but I'm something of an amateur racer. I'm the sponsor driver, strategist all rolled into one. Music the Phoenix, they call me.
Now then, we're about to reach the ice shelf. From there, we'll head to the coast and then the sea beyond. Coast? Oh, that's right. You don't know where we are, do you? Well then, take a look out the window, Mr. Tanner. It's not every day one gets a chance to see scenery like this.
Yeah, I have no clue where we are. Okay. The southern edge of the map, longitude 0 degrees west. Chaldea Security Organization base. Alright. Sounds good. Understandable. I think I've had that spoiled for me. I kind of assumed it'd be somewhere like that, but okay.
I honestly thought the twist was going to be that we were on the moon.
I was waiting for it.
Now time for our last job. The pseudo-celestial sphere Chaldeus, the miracle that leads to the root. The miracle the Animasphere's family wished for and dreamed about for over 2 millennia. Part of me wishes we didn't have to trample all over this dream, but such is life. It is the job of adults to teach children the harsh truth of reality. Even the Tsar fears this celestial shape. After all, changing the past via race shifting is the one threat we can't counter.
So this is Chaldeus. It looks just like an Easter egg. So this is the device I must freeze, Father?
That's right. That is what the Tsar wants. You must use your noble phantasm to defeat the traitors. You must bury this magnificent crown jewel of humanity yourself in a coffin of permafrost. What will you do, Your Imperial Highness, Grand Duchess Anastasia?
That's a problem. That's a big problem. Okay. Antarctica. We've been in Antarctica this whole time?
Although many nations have claimed this land as their own, the fact remains that this is the last frontier yet to fall into humanity's grasp. Chaldea was built right in its center so that no nation could use it for their own ends. It was built on a mountain range hidden by an endless blizzard, or rather, the lingering scent of mystics, and then further reinforced by a bounded field. It is the largest and only observatory of humanity on the entire planet, its locations and secrets concealed from the moment of its creation. That is Chaldea, the security organization for the preservation of humanity. I suppose I ought to say that it was Chaldea. As of now, Chaldea has fallen into the hands of an unknown adversary, one who's trying to shut it down even as we speak.
Trying to shut it down even as we speak?
Correct. I've confirmed that as of 20 seconds ago, all command room transmissions have ceased, and all power output has been shut down. Chaldea is no longer operating either. The air conditioning has stopped, and the inside temperature has dropped below minus 100 degrees. As loath as I am to admit it, we must face the facts. Chaldea is lost. We no longer have any means of taking it back or even returning to it.
Stop it. Please stop it. I have to go back to Chaldea. Please let me go back. It hasn't been taken from us yet. I know it hasn't. All my memories of the time I spent with everyone else are there. Nothing can change that. And Dr. Roman's room is still...
Stop that! What do you hope to accomplish by going back now? Go on, youngster, talk some sense into her.
Mr. Tanner, would you mind holding Mash back from... Never mind, there's no need for that. Her body has reached its limits. I'm afraid that is what happens when one transforms when one is able to properly synchronize with one's own spirit origin. All the duress you place on your body comes back to bite you. At this point, she lacks even the strength to open the hatch. I would advise that you sit her down and strap her in before she suffers unnecessary injury. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone. If I'd only been able to fight as a real servant.
No, nobody's to blame for this.
Senpai.
Mash. Hang on, what's that? Holmes, are you seeing what's outside the window?
Of course, I've seen it since I took control. Nevertheless, it is hard to believe. One could be forgiven for thinking it was a bad dream.
That looks like a problem. Those meteoroids? We didn't get any reports from Panama. If there were meteoroids too big to burn up in the atmosphere head this way, we would have heard. And what's with those trajectories? How could they possibly be falling straight down like that?
An occurrence that defies human understanding, That tells us they cannot be meteoroids. I believe we can rule out debris as well. Which means this can only be something once relegated to fiction. For example, an invasion from outer space.
You're joking, right? Who could say something like that with a straight face? I mean, that would just be absurd, right? What, are you really saying those people were aliens? That they only pretended to be human in order to take over Chaldea? How could...
My apologies, but please do be quiet. We're picking up an external transmission. It's using the same frequency you did at Chaldea.
Anity, we have a message from... There's aliens?! Oh my god, are we going into aliens? I mean, I guess I should have expected with Cosmos and the Lostbelt, but oh my god, we have a message for all of humanity. This planet will soon be reborn as an old, brand new world. That's an oxymoron. Human civilization was a mistake. The path of our growth was incorrect. And so I have made my decision. I'll revolt against all of human history. Proper human history. We are about to fill this world with inhuman mystic secrets. We will restore the age of gods. Oh! To that end, the gods have descended from a far-off galaxy, and in their wisdom they have used 7 seeds to select... This is a problem. These new leaders will remake this planet as they see fit, and the one who reigns supreme shall be given the right to renew the world itself. The life forms that form from proper human history will not be permitted to take part in this war, or even to view it from the sidelines. The roots of cosmic fantasy have descended upon us. Trees of creation have sprung up all across the land. Now all of old humanity's endeavors will be set aside, frozen. Thus shall you atone for your sins. 2019, the year that proper human history came to an end. I need a screenshot of that. Because, like, yeah, wow, fate predicted, fate, yeah, it did it. Jokes, memes, this is a problem. Oh, it's Woodine! My name is Woodine. Kirshdaria Woodine. Oh boy. On behalf of the 7 cryptors. I've heard that name was that term was brought up in the Lost Room. Escape from Chaldea. No, I have a message for the scant few remnants of the human race. We are the inheritors of this world's history. Kirshdaria? That did sound like Kirshdaria, but...
Kirshdaria Woodine, the leader of Team A. Here I was going to take him under my wing, and this is the thanks I get?
Cryptor. Oh, we even have an alarm in here. Now what is it? Emergency from the computer room. Emergency from the computer room. Hey there, it's me, Vinci, the one controlling the border all by my lonesome. We're less than 2,000 meters away from the coast now, but I'm afraid we've got a little problem to deal with first. I'm picking up a ton of spirit origin signals up ahead. It's more than the soldiers that attacked Chaldea. I'm counting about, well, see for yourself. As I say, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and 1,000 words worth 1,000 enemies. That's, yep. Attack of the Russians. It is the soldiers that attacked Chaldea.
How can there even be that many? Damn, looks like a whole damn division out there. The hell is this?
Foo-foo! They're covering the entire coastline. There's no way our border can break through a group like that. If we try to charge them, we'll all be dead way before we can hit the water. Holmes, hard right. We'll have to give up on the ship and try for another observatory.
I'm afraid that won't work, Da Vinci. We're getting no response from the American base. In fact, according to the sonar, there is nothing to be found anywhere. Surely you can see that for yourself. As long as we remain in Antarctica, we have no chance of victory. If the enemy forces who occupied Chaldea catch up to us, we'll be quite finished. Our only hope for survival is to plow through that mass of soldiers and pray we make it out to sea.
You bet all of our lives on that. What are you, an idiot? We can't possibly break through that army. Even if we did somehow make it to sea, this ship is bound to be hijacked by now. It would only be a matter of time before they catch up to this broken down truck and slaughter us all.
That's one opinion. Mr. Tanner, tell me, what do you think? Hey, Sherlock Holmes is a man of adventure, right? I want him to smile. Yes,
Quite right. This is an adventure, and one of the grandest ones imaginable at that. It's certainly not some boring escapade where we barrel our way through an army of horrific killers. No, this will be humanity's first major craft voyage. To date, humankind has traveled to the moon, the subterranean world, and even through time. This voyage will be unlike any of those trips, though no less grand in ambition. The world we hope to visit is one that cannot exist without being defined, even if it lies in a domain beyond our reach. In other words, we will attempt to travel to a world that exists on the negative vector.
What did you just say, you can't mean?
Da Vinci, permission to use the paper moon.
Oh, right! That was in the thing.
The Atlas Institute may not have cleared it for me, but I'm quite familiar with its operation. After all, I got a rather thorough look at its top-secret manual while I was in their headquarters.
Try Hermes at the Atlas Institute, You detective types are always on the... Oh, that's what he was looking at, huh? Still, be honest with me, how good do you think our odds are of pulling that off? Better than if we tried to fight the soldiers?
30% at best, I think. For that matter, I can't be sure where we'll end up. If all we wish to do is make it out of this predicament alive, I have no doubt there are better options available. But if you have your sights set further than that, this is the one I recommend. I believe it will aid us in fighting this adversary in the future.
Understood. Expanded Void Reality Observation Device, Paper Moon. Expanding logic formula on Shadow Border's external armor. Removing verification existence for reality space. Further prediction, hypothetical prove mere world plane in 20 seconds. Relaxing space-time friction decompression for 0.6 seconds. Emergency processes all green. Looking good, Holmes. We're all set for a maiden voyage. Now then, a little heads up for those of you in the cockpit. Your souls will almost leave your bodies for a moment, but don't worry, you'll be fine. It's just your average out-of-body experience. But if you find yourself saying stuff like, I'm floating, or is that my body I'm looking at? Just reach out, grab your body, and hold on for it for dear life. As long as you do that, you'll come out the other end alive.
Where was any of that fine? You just said you're literally going to kill us.
Foo-foo. Master, I still don't understand what's going on. Are you sure about this? Just another day at the office. Now that's the Tanner I know. Then without further ado, let's get started. Although this phenomenon intervention method we're about to attempt is one of the first Chaldea ever devised, we banned its use because of its extreme difficulty and danger. You know how race shifting involves breaking a master down into spiritrons and outputting them into space-time as numerical value? Well, this way of traveling through space is the exact opposite. We'll be slipping through a crack in this world into a sea of time, completely erasing our existence from reality. We have a lot on our plates right now. An adversary that attacked Chaldea, those things that fell from space, the cryptors. Like Mash said, we don't know what's going on right now. But one thing we know for sure is that they're all enemies, threats to humanity that even destroyed Chaldea. If we're going to do something about all this, we'll have to start breaking down even more forbidden taboos. We are not handing over the future we worked so hard for to take back to a bunch of newcomers we don't know the first thing about. So first, we find a way out of this mess, then we strike back. Well, let's get going, Master Tanner. We have a new weapon and a new course ahead of us. Shadow Border, untether from reality. Void space dive, zero sail, unfurl. So, like, what's happening? A cutscene. Well, that was where the second OP played, and I can't put it in here because I get hit for copyright. Not just copyright, it's blocked worldwide. So, don't worry, I don't speak during them, so you didn't miss anything. So here's my reactions. One, okay, well, nice. I like that. That's beautiful. Trees of Life. Yep, I saw them. They definitely were. New outfits. So for the main character, which looks good. I like the black outfits. Kind of nice. Kind of espionage-y. I mean, I already knew about mashes, but I want to know why. You know, all that stuff. So when I click to start, what happens? Because Chaldea's gone. Do we get like a new home menu or something? Yeah. Interesting. Huh. It's a cylinder world. Huh. Alright. Well. Oh! Oh, thank God. Oh, I kind of love that. I was so getting tired of seeing so much to scroll through. That is so nice. Oh, God, that's the best option. Oh, I love this. Oh, it looks so good. Alright, guys. Thank you all for watching. And next time, we're, I guess, going to head on off into the Anastasia. I'm very excited. I mean, well, next time for me, I'm going to continue doing some other Christmas event, but that's what happens when you record two of them at the same time. So see you next time for some more, guys. Ciao.